you are not alone. If you've grown up with certain Christian teachings or have recently been exposed to Christian teachings that have caused you to feel confused or concerned or constrained by those teachings, it's probably for good reason, and you're not alone. And it could very well mean there is something off with the teaching rather than something being wrong with you. Now, if you stay with me for the next few minutes, by the end of this video, you will know whether or not you should spend any more time on my channel or accessing my resources. You will be able to determine whether taking my online course or reading my book would be a wise investment of your time or a waste of your time, so that you can move on with life most effectively and most efficiently. All right, to learn more about my course and other resources, of course, you can also click on the link in the description below this video. If you fall into one of three categories when you think about your experience with teachings you have encountered in Christian religious settings, you may even relate to all three. Oh, here we go. Are you confused? The most common reaction is confusion. It can be overwhelming and complicated when you're trying to make sense of the Bible. There are different languages, cultures, and historical eras represented. Then, some churches, they make parts of the Bible more important than others, and they tell you some of the verses are rules that you have to follow today. Maybe you've even been told that the Bible is a guide for life, and if you just follow its principles and commands, you will have success and prosperity and peace and joy, and that just hasn't added up for you. The common evangelical Christian approach to the Bible is why someone like Olivia Rodrigo can have song lyrics that say his parents cared more about the Bible than being good to their own child. Or maybe you were okay with much of the Bible stuff, but you were part of a church that added a lot of policies and regulations and rituals, and you were left scratching your head trying to figure out why and what it all means. Did Jesus mean for everything to be so complex and confusing? Did God want everyone, except for those who go to seminary, to not be able to figure this stuff out? Perhaps there are teachings of Christianity these days that seem pretty clear to you, and that's what concerns you. Have you ever wondered, how can that be right? Should we really be treating people like that? Or that doesn't seem to square with what I know about Jesus. Or how about this? I really want my children to know and love God, but I'm not sure it's right to pass on some of these teachings to them. So maybe there are some things that just give you a moment of pause and cause some concern for you as you reflect on what you've been taught. Then there is a third reaction you might have. Maybe you have been fairly engaged in a Christian church and enjoyed much of the community and support. The people you worshiped with were genuine and kind, and it was, or has been, a mostly positive experience for you, with one catch: guilt, shame, the pressure to perform, to follow and to obey the right rules and regulations. There was a subtle message that you were just never quite right, never enough, never good enough. While it was phrased innocently at times, hey, nobody's perfect, just keep trying, do your best, it seemed heavier than that. Hope started to fade away. Many people feel trapped by religious pressure. There is always more to do to please God, and there's a long list of things not to do if you don't want to face God's wrath and judgment. Life becomes restrictive, almost oppressive, as everything turns into duty and obligation rather than joy. If you can relate to this feeling, and you've wished you could be free from these kinds of religious duties and constraints, then you could probably benefit from a new perspective and transformed way of thinking about Jesus. Thank you for watching this video. So where did you land? If you can relate to any of these three perspectives that I just reviewed, then it would help you to stick around with what we are doing here at Closer Than You Think. Take my course, read the book, check out my resources, our other resources to gain some healthier, better perspectives. To do that, of course, just click on the link in the description below. However, if none of this hits home for you and you're enjoying a satisfying faith journey or church experience, I really doubt I have much to offer you. I'm happy for you, and I wish you all the best as you continue down the path you're on. God bless you.